Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Strv FM21. It's a tier 1 Swedish light tank. It's located on the northeast corner of Arctic region and it's under the command of 73north of the WTWW clan. And we've got no sound. Well, it's a replay bug which has affected everyone, including Klaus Kellerman. And he knows how to get around it, and so do I. So let's run the replay again. And we'll be quickly underway. Well, this tank is actually derived from the British Whippet. It was actually a German design that was built in Sweden. In 1918, Germany had to give up all of their tanks and they handed them over to other nations. And, well, the Strv company designed these tanks based on the German specifications after they saw the British Whippet. It's actually quite a fast tank for its time. It could do 25 kilometers an hour, and of course it was armed with either a 20mm gun or a 37mm gun. Now, the 20mm gun is actually the more powerful version. That's tier 2. 37mm is tier 1. Now this one, we'll just check it to see which one it is. Well, it's producing 40 alpha, which tends to make me indicate that this is actually the 37mm gun, not the 20mm. But I stand to be corrected. The penetration is 33 to 22mm, thereabouts. And he spotted the enemy at 4TP, which of course is a Polish tier 1. 4-ton tank. This one is actually 10 tons in weight. Oh, getting good shots in there. Unfortunately, that's a medium 1. And it's slightly bigger and more robust. It's got more hit points. And there comes the French with their... oh, it's actually not the French. That's the Japanese with the NC-31. He's got a lot of shots on there without actually suffering too much in return. The British pop round the corner. He takes one big round. And in fact, now the British is really having a go at him, but he gets that guy out of the game. So that's his first kill. That's his only tier 1 in this game. And he takes out the NC-31 Japanese light. Oh, now that's the 4TP again, the 4-ton Polish tank. That's better. He's very good, just pumping those rounds in, and of course the 4TP wasn't able to get much in the way back, in fact none at all. So already he's got 3 kills, but there's still a number of enemies out there, 7 out there still to go. Now, what are the good points about this? Well, it actually has very good views. Because of course the turret's actually, or the top is quite big. It also has very good signal range and a fairly good reverse speed as well, 14 kilometers an hour. You can see that 73north is using that to good effect. He's being very careful, this LOL tractor, or the Leica tractor, and he goes down to our medium 1, so he's out the game. There are bots in this game, by the way, as well. You can tell them by the ones which actually have a colon in front of the name and after. In fact, there are very few real players in this game. I'm just looking at the team list now. The MS1 on the enemy team is a real player, and one of the T1s is as well, but the others are all bots. And I think that is one of the real players. It is. As you can tell by the way he's moving. And now, oh, took a hit. Backs up a little to take a shot. Oh! That shell looped over the snow right into the T1. And another real player has bit the dust. In fact, now only the MS1, and there he is. That's a real player. The rest are all bots. That one hit the tracks. Now he's firing too hastily, and some of his shots are hitting the tracks. He's got to wait for it to dial in before he fires, because it does fire faster than it dials in. But he's off to the races again. A lot of people identified the Strv on FM21 as, of course, the shoe. And in fact, actually, it does look like a shoe, so to speak. But it's actually the favourite tank in the Aslains Tank Museum in Sweden. The favourite tank of the warden there, or the manager of the tank museum. He actually likes this one, yeah. And I'm not surprised really, because basically it's only got a limited number of crew, only 4 crew. The commander, a driver, a loader, and a radio operator. The commander is actually the gunner as well in this one. Engines up front as well. Okay, 40p again, and it is a bot. Gets 2 shots in. I think he likes the 37mm gun more than 20. Oh, yep, he got that one. The 20mm doesn't do much in the way of damage. It's only 12 hit points per shot. But the reload time is fairly good as well, and I believe it is a 10-clip automatic, or auto loader, I should say. Okay, there are only 3 enemies left. 2 are up ahead in the dip, and there's a host Senka there. I suspect that the other one is it's a T1. Okay, where is the medium? There's also apparently a medium one out there as well. The host Senka should be a lot easier to take down. It's fairly big and boxy, fairly slow as well. But this bot appears to know what he's doing. Well, he stopped on an angle there, and we're shredding him. Okay, well, he's out the game now. It's just the T1 on the top of the turret. Let it settle. Let it dial in before you shoot. That's better. Okay, so only the medium tank left, but nobody's actually gone over this side of the battlefield, the far west side of the battlefield. So he could be over here. We have taken some damage in this battle. You can see where some of the shots went in. If I remember correctly, the crew are actually standing up inside the rear of the vehicle, with of course, the drivers in a seated position. Oh, he's been spotted. Now, is he over here, over this side? I think he might be. Oh no, there he is. He's just coming out of the woods. So we're now aiming at him. And he's getting hit. The guy's firing back at us. But we're shredding him again. And this looks like it's going to be the 7th kill if we can get it. And it is, and that's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first ace tanker for 73 north of WTWW in the Strv FM21. He managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9. He also got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall, and he got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. In fact, he ended up with 7, but he wouldn't have got a medal for Radley Walters for killing the 8th one, if there was an 8th one, simply because this was at tier 1. If we look at team score, we can see, yes, there was only 4 real players on both teams. And in fact, all of the real players on the enemy team, of course, killed. And 7 kills actually went to 73 North. He got 1,821 hit points, which was 20% of the enemy hit pool. 7 kills for getting the highest number of kills, and 1054 base XP out of it, the next highest player being the Hosenka on his own team, who only managed 122. So you can see how much he outperformed. In fact, basically, you could say he was seal clubbing, but of course, he wanted an ace tanker, and once he's got his ace tanker, that's all he really needs to show that he's actually aced this vehicle. But anyway, yes, it was a reduced number of players, and of course, they were bots as well. But some of the bots obviously do fight back, and you know that if you ever go into a bot game, you suddenly find out they fire back using premium ammo as well. So let's have a look at the, oh, he did get the top in all three columns, by the way, I should say as well. If we look at the details, we can see he fired 65 rounds in that game, got 53 direct hits and 48 penetrations. You do carry a lot of actual ammo in this vehicle, so you needn't have worried about running short. He actually got 1,821 hit points, all of it at close range. 4 hits received from the enemy, all 4 were penetrations. The armor on this thing is not particularly strong. 14 millimeters all the way around. That's all it's got. It's basically a fast vehicle. If it does take fire, it's probably going to be crucial, or it might actually knock out a crew member. But if they aim for the rear, that is. If they aim for the front, they'll actually just damage the engine. But you saw that most of the bots and most of the real people were trying to aim for the superstructure at the back, because of course that's where the crew are. 4 enemy vehicles were spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 7 killed, and he got 12 hit points of damage assistance in the game. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 29,655 credits from the game, and he also got 1,581 experience points out of it as well. And the battle didn't last very long, 8 minutes 7 seconds. He could have had more kills, but I'm afraid his teammates and some of the other bots were quicker to it, and they got the kills instead. Hope you enjoyed that brief sojourn down into the tier 1s. I know it's sometimes quite funny seeing these lower tier games, because these vehicles, we didn't play them, 8-9 years ago. Some of us haven't been into tier 1 for a very long time. I actually do go into tier 2 to play Arty, the first or original Artys, because of course I like the challenge. But the tier 1 tanks, well, most people just leave them alone. And that's why they've just become hosted by a massive number of bots and just a few players who are still learning how to play the game. And when somebody experienced like 73north gets in there, it is like putting a wolf in with the sheep pack, or the sheep herd, or setting a fox into the chicken coop. Yeah, it is going to be pandemonium. I hope you enjoyed that battle. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.